Hey guys, and welcome back to TEW. This is of course the hardest challenge we are doing, where we started with 0 money, 0 momentum and 0 prestige. And to make it even harder, we are a Japanese company based in the States. Now before we get going, I want to thank our members. That is Genevieve, sweet, for being a member to the channel. Helps us tremendously and I cannot thank you enough. And if you wish to become a member as well, you can by pressing the join button below for less than $1 a month. Now with all that being said, let's jump straight in and we'll check out our last shows from last episode. We had Marika Kobayashi defeats Santana Garrett to retain the JPW USA Women's title. Naoshi Sano defeated Kotaro Suzuki. And Zeus defeated the debuting Tomohiro Ishii for the US Heavyweight title. And then in our next match, we had Kodai Nozaki defeat Gosamaru. We had Thekla debut and defeat Miyako Matsumoto, and Black Menso Ray defeated Takumi Baba for the Junior Heavyweight title. Now, with all that being said, we are in a position where we will start running some storylines. For now, we're kind of just getting our stars on the show. But we do have a show in 21 days. If we come to our finance, when it loads, we are kind of losing some money, but it's not as bad as you'd expect considering we're paying for flights for a lot of people anyway. The other thing we have going for us, if we come to our titles, as a refresher, Zeus is our heavyweight champion. We have Black Menso Ray as our junior, and of course Marika Kobayashi as our women's. We come to our creative, Thekla is our #1 wrestler, which I kind of expected, followed by Zeus, and then followed by Marika Kobayashi. Next big things, we don't have any. Hot prospects is Baba, because of course it is. Baba an MVP of both playthroughs. Showstoppers, Thekla's going to be dominating that, and probably on the ring jet she isn't. Interesting. Well, with that being said, if we look at who's hot and who's not, just so I've got an idea, perfect. We can jump straight in and check out the news quick, because we didn't go over this last episode. Now, I don't really see much here. Gampro's rising fast. Gabe Kidd is changing from a brawler to a regular wrestler. And that pretty much seems to be it. So, you know how this goes, we'll skip ahead. Any interesting news we'll talk about. If not, I'll see you at the next show. Well, things are falling apart in the WWE. Bruce Pritchard and AJ Styles are arguing. Julie and Omos are arguing, which I'd love to see. We have not much else, to be honest. Richie Slade's bulked up, whoever that is. Septico Dragon and Sexy Star have split up. And Kai Fujimura has left Noah. So, let's talk to him. We'll get him available to work in the United States. But we're not going to bring him in yet. But I know we've now got that option, which is something. So when we are ready to bring more people in, he'll be one of them that we do bring in more than likely. So we've got a bunch of news here. We've got AJ Styles leaving WWE. We have Hideki Suzuki leaving All Japan. Now we're going to shortlist him because he's 130 a show, but he can do a road agent and a wrestler. He's 45, but more importantly, his skills are pretty good, and his stamina's not too bad. So we're going to shortlist him. He could be someone to keep an eye on. The other thing we have, when I can find it, Lance Archer's leaving AEW, Masha Slamovich is leaving TNA. She could be fun to bring in for a match or two. We'll get her on the shortlist. Where is it? There was one other person leaving. Here we go. Mina Shirakawa is leaving Stardom, which means AEW are 100% going to sign into an exclusive ring contract. Although I guess it does depend on her spinal injury. We'll get her on the shortlist, because if they won't release us a handshake on gun, so never mind. Well, we'll get her on the shortlist anyway, because it's Mina Shirakawa. Okay, we've got some news and a decision. So the first bit of news is Tomohiro Ishii has retired. And Kotaro Suzuki has also retired, which means we can now release him. He had some use. So, where am I looking? Contract. And we can release Kotaro Suzuki. Cool. Now, there was a few other bits, news-wise. Sanada has left New Japan. So I want to see. He's 500 a show. Torn rotator cuff though. I wonder when we can tell when he's back. How do you tell when he's back? Attributes, recent news. It'll be out until the 27th of next year. So yeah, it's a year-long injury. Not ideal. We'll leave him on the shortlist though. He'll be 38-ish by the time he gets back. An automatic renegotiation with Aaron Stevens. I've not tried to negotiate with Aaron Stevens. Huh? I've never seen that before. Okay, that was weird. Okay, it's time for our next show. We are doing Rising Sun number 6. So let's give some people the time off. We need to give Black Menso Ray the night off. Kathy Kelly. We do not need Gosamaru. We need Hajime. We do not need Umasaki. We need Kurumi. We need Jaguar Yokota. We do not need Kozai. We need our referee. We don't need Marika. We do not need Masamoto. We do need Sano. We need Takikura. We don't need Teokiya. We need Segura. We do not need Baba. Or Thekla. Or Zeus or Sakurai. Beautiful. I've got this all planned out to try and give as many people the same amount of matches. We can go back to Southwest. Booking team meeting. Let's spend some creative energy and let's get 2 creative finishes. Kurumi, okay, who else? Just a regular creative finish, awesome. Locker room incidents, what do we have? Santana Jackson turned up asking if... No, maybe next time. Jaguar Yokota is disgruntled with Survival Tobita being the senior road agent. We can change that. There's been some talk backstage about how Hinata is being influenced by Jaguar Yokota and begun acting in a similar way. I mean, that's probably not the worst thing. Turned up very late, breaking the locker room rooms as his employee and have to choose how to deal with him. Let's give him a stern warning. Nothing happened, okay. Address the locker room, let's inspire, let's get everyone riled up. Maybe we just release Survival if he's not exactly gonna do his stuff, you know? We are going to start with Jaguar Yokota versus Kurumi. I don't usually show this screen, but maybe for this show we will. They can have 18 minutes, and we're going to have Jaguar Yokota go over. I want it to be a regular match, so I want to see how well these guys do. She doesn't have the stamina, okay, never mind. Can they go 14 minutes? We're going to get penalised, but it kind of is what it is. We're going to have Takakura versus Sugera. There we go. Looking for the wrong button. These guys can have 21 minutes. We're going to have Segura go over. It's going to be a spectacle. We're going to keep Takakura strong and have it be an open match. And then in between, this is where we're going to have Hajime versus Naoshi Sano. Make sure I've booked this right. Perfect. Now I think I need to have a Still the Show, and I need Hajime to win this one. Hajime doesn't have the stamina. He's going to have to find the stamina. Neither of them have the stamina. Okay, 14 minutes. It's not ideal. We're going to get penalised quite hard, but... oh, whatever. Okay, what are we looking at here? So, Jaguar Yokota was rusty, but will go away soon. That's fine. Too short, we expected that. Kurumi was off her thing as well, though. Not ideal. 29 from Jaguar Yokota and a 40 from Kurumi. We'll get that ring rust off from Jaguar Yokota, though, and that'll be fine. Hajime versus Naoshi Sano. Hajime got a 47, and Sano got a 35. So 41 segment overall. Cool. Wrestling rating of 41 as well. And then the main event, a 58 segment with a 53 wrestling. This is what I needed. Sugiura came out the match looking good, I expected that. He got a rating of 78, seems about right. Takakura got a rating of 29, also what I expected. Increased our popularity in one region, that's fine. 52 rating overall though, we'll definitely take that. I mean, we've got to give it to Takakura and Sugiura. These guys were amazing. Seemed pleased. Perfect. Financials, we lost 2k. Popularity, haven't gained any. Damn, okay. Okay, it's the night after the show. Mr. Anderson has joined TNT over in the UK. I was not expecting to read that. Let's just look at our finances, just to get kind of an idea of where we're at. Minus 14,000, not bad. Kind of sucks we didn't gain any popularity from our last show, though, in the Northwest. Not in the Northwest, sorry, in the Southwest. I was hoping to put that to a 5, but I guess it kind of is what it is. Okay, Zack Sabre Jr. has picked up a cracked tailbone while winning the G1 Climax final, so good for him. Kind of, I guess. Bittersweet. Mascara Dorada has won the Grand Prix International 2025. My Mexican wrestling isn't amazing at all. That seems to be it for news. Okay, the Five have loaded up their roster. So they've taken Cedric Alexander, they've taken Liv Morgan, and they've taken Roxanne Perez, or Roxy, as she is obviously non-WWE. Cedric would be fun to bring in for a match. He would fit the vibe of a sort of like Japanese company. I could see him doing like a tour of Noah or All Japan, something like that. So maybe we'll bring him in for a match at some point. Haruka Umasaki has relocated to the southwest, which is perfect for us. Arata now lives in Chagoku. He's unemployed. Maybe we bring him in. We do need some... That's the wrong one. We do need some fodder. So let's bring him in. He's only $20 as well. And we can sort of just like feed him to people. So make an offer. And eventually he'll move over, which will be nice. So we'll bring in Arata. Okay, we've got Noam Dar is leaving the WWE. But more importantly, we have some news and we can bring in Arata. So hopefully he'll move over soon. And then we've got some sort of like... We've got some enhancement talent. Okay, it's time for our next show. So I've got a list of the people we don't need. So we do not need Arata. We need Black Menso Ray. We don't need Kathy Kelly. We don't need Gosamaru. We have Hajime. We need Misaki. We do not need Karumi. We don't need Jaguar Yokota. We don't need Nozaki or Kobayashi. We do need Sano. We don't need Masamoto. Do we need Takakura? No, we don't. We don't need Zeus or Sakurai. We need Thekla, we need Baba. We do not need Sugiura or Teokiya. Perfect. Okay. Tonight's venue, we're going to the same venue, probably. The State Room. Booking team meeting. We'll spend some creative energy. We'll get another creative finish. Cool. Locker room incidents. What do we have? Hajime was in fine form, keeping everyone in great mood with his hilarious roast stories. Excellent. Address the locker room. Let's try some team bonding. Nothing. Okay. Okay, let's get the show booked, and then I will join you after. Okay, in our first match, Naoshi Sano defeated Takumi Baba in 14 minutes by submission. 36 rating, 34 wrestling rating. We didn't get penalised. Interesting. Baba was really off his game, but Sano got 36, Baba got 31. Thekla cuts a promo on the crowd just talking about how they don't appreciate Japanese wrestling and how they're too just like dumb and stuff like that. Like a generic heel promo. We then have Thekla defeat Haruki Umasaki. Thekla with a 38. Umasaki with a 33. Thekla was off her game. The match was a little too short for an important match. And Umasaki was rusty. So, not the best, but 36 overall. We'll take it. And then our main event, Black Menso Ray would defend his junior heavyweight title against Hajime. 36 for Black Menso Ray, a 31 for Hajime, 34 wrestling rating and a 33 segment rating overall. Defense number 2 for Black Menso Ray. So we should give props to probably Sano and Thekla, because they seem to have done the best on that show. So Thekla, Naoshi Sano. Thekla was happy, perfect. Sano seemed pleased. We lost 1,300, not bad. Popularity, we've finally gone up to 5, awesome. Okay, it's the night after the show, so I just want to check our overall finances. Minus 15k, not too bad. Sponsors and merch, hopefully these will start continuously improving as we build up our areas. Because Mid-South should go to a 3 soonish, I would guess, hopefully. But yeah, this is the number we really need to focus on. It's going to be forever until we get to tiny size. Okay, so we're going through the news, and Anna Jay is leaving AEW. Now, she actually wrestled in Stardom a few times, so she'd be perfect to bring in at some point. The other one is Ivy Nile, and I could see her working very well in that Japanese style with her like technical wrestling sort of stuff. Problem is she's very expensive, so we'll get her on the short list. And potentially she'll be cheaper by the time she returns, but I do think potentially 2 potential people we could bring in, even if they only do like 1 or 2 matches to put over like Kobayashi or Thekla or something, could be a good shout. Well, we've got some news that Thekla is on the rise. Apparently she's one to watch by industry insiders, so I'm glad she's on our team. Jun Saito has walked out of All Japan, so we are going to swoop it in. We're going to talk, we're going to get him to the USA. We'll bring him in, and maybe we can keep him. Be a solid addition for our heavyweight division. I have a feeling that he'll get poached immediately, but we'll find out. Okay, looks like we have a decision regarding Jun Saito, so we're going to bring him in as a face. Because we've got Zeus and Segura as our top like heavyweight heels, so we need a face, and I think Saito would fit that mold pretty good at the moment. I do think we need a luchador. I think we're going to take Puma de Oro just because he's only 23. We won't be bringing him in anytime soon, so wait for him to relocate. But he's 23. Skills-wise, pretty solid. Okay psychology, but he can put on probably the steal the show kind of matches. He's got the stamina to go for a while. So I think we're going to bring in Puma de Oro. So let's offer him a contract. Oh, as I pressed the wrong button, there we go. And yeah, eventually we can hopefully bring him into our junior division. Okay, we have a decision we can make, which is Oro de Puma. So let's bring him in as a face. The alter ego is unmasked. No, we'll keep the masked version. Yeah, we'll keep the masked version for sure. Waka is leaving Stardom. I think she might be another one worth bringing in. 90th show, we're going to talk to her when she's available to work in here. Keep our options as open as possible because we will eventually need to build a roster. And if I can just have a bunch of people I can sort of like interchange, that'd be awesome to keep the matches fresh. Okay, time for us to give people the night off. So let me get my list because I've got all the matches planned. So we are using Segura, so we don't need Arata. I don't need Black Menso Ray or Kathy Kelly. I need Gosamaru. I don't need Hajime. I don't need Umasaki. I need Karumi. I do not need Jaguar Yokota or Young Saito. I do need Nozaki. Hinta I do not need Kobayashi or Masamoto. I don't need Sano or Puma. I need Takekura. I do not need Kia. I need Segura. I don't need Thekla. And I don't need Zeus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't need Baba. There we go. Tonight's venue, we are in the same place. The booking team meeting, not going to worry about that. Locker room incidents, nothing apparently. And let's inspire the crowd. Right, we'll get this show booked. I'll join you on the results screen. Okay, in our opening match, we have Yuko Sakurai versus Hiragi Kurumi. 30 wrestling rating, 24 segment rating. Sakurai is rusty, so we're going to have to give her a few more matches to get over that. Kurumi was seething off the match that Yuko almost injured her. Oh, that's not good. And then we had Takakura defeat Nozaki in 16 minutes in a match that was too short and had no psychology. Nozaki with the 41, Takakura with the 32. Segment rating of 30, wrestling rating of 36. And then in our main event, we had Sugiura with the 61 defeating Gosamaru to 33, 47 wrestling rating and a 49 segment rating. So once again, the killer machine. Performance of the night doesn't surprise me. So we'll give it to Sugiura, and then we're going to have to give Kurumi some praise to try and fix her morale. Financials, we lost 1,700, not bad. Gained 6 popularity now, awesome. Okay, it's the night after our show, and I'm pretty sure... Yeah, so we are improving with our sponsors, which is always nice. Hopefully soon we'll balance out a little bit, that'd be awesome. We do need a few more people to move over, that would also make life a lot cheaper. Jaguar Kota is annoyed. Why is she annoyed? Disliking the choice of senior road agent. Okay, we can change that. My booking team, actually. Does Jaguar Yokota? No. Oh, but Masamoto could join the booking team. Okay, so let's add Masamoto. If we go to our inner circle, senior road agent, Jaguar Yokota. Okay, remove. He's now annoyed. Oh no. It's fine, whatever. Head of talent relations. Nope. Okay. Locker room leaders. Surely Sugiura can be one. Yes, he can. What about Zeus? No, okay. Chief Enforcer. Sugiura. Beautiful. We'll load Sugiura up with roles. Head of Talent Relations. No one, I've just checked that. Okay, cool. And now, to try and save myself some money... Oh wait, I can't because if... Because I won't be able to have her wrestle and be a road agent in the same match. Okay, we'll work on that. But alas, that is the end of this episode, so we're going to wrap this one up here. If you enjoyed, please drop the episode a like, it helps me tremendously. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, but you'd like to, that would also be amazing, and hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.